Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be going over just a few bits of new information regarding the Dynamax, as well as taking a look at a massive leak from the Pokemon group, and just taking a look at a few other random tweets from people, and just talking about a few things that we may want to see again, or do we want to see them in the first place, and then a few other random fun things in between. So with that said, hope everybody's having a great day, and you did have a good Poplo community day. It hasn't even started for me. All right, so first off, we're going to be looking at a tweet from Pogo Central. We'll get into that Gigantamax in a minute here. But they are taking a look at the past when we did have the 12-kilometer distance trade. So this was a while ago. This was going to be back in 2020 from the 12th of November until the 16th. And it was absolutely amazing. I remember I was able to trade with people halfway across town. 12 kilometers is a few miles. So that was amazing. We have never seen a feature, or not a feature, but that distance brung back ever since then. Hopefully we can see that in the future. I don't understand why they give us these amazing things, but then again, I guess it was during the lockdown times. So, giving us that massive trade distance so we can keep ourselves at distance because of whatever was going on, did help and benefit us, just like the unlimited remote raids and how they did go back on that, limiting it to 5 a day, as well as increasing the price 7-fold, which was quite ridiculous. All right, and now taking a look at a tweet from the Pokemongo app itself here. All right, so looks like we were right on the money. Not like, again, I'm not some sort of super psychic or anything like that, but when these max particles were data mined, there was a bundle looking one in which I was thinking there's no way it's going to have a bundle like that, picture like that, and not be in the shop for sale, and that's exactly what it is. And we're going to take a look at that here in a second. You'll be able to see how much that costs from the Pokemon group, unless it is going to be changed otherwise by Niantic. Complete these bonuses research task for 20 PokeCoin rewards each day. So it looks like they're going to be allowing us to earn more PokeCoins. All right, now taking a look at this whole PokeCoin scam thing again here that Niantic is pulling off. So what do I mean by scam? Well, essentially, you buy a ticket for $4.99 or equivalent in your area, and then you'll be able to get 20 PokeCoins per day extra on top of the 50 from the gym. So you're looking at 70 PokeCoins per day if you do complete this. Now this task is going to essentially just go in your bag, you complete it, you don't go out and look for it, and you're gonna get 20. We've seen this already. Honestly, I don't know how to feel about this. So it's gonna be running from September 3rd until October 2nd. So essentially you're looking at, 30 times 20 coins. So it's not the worst thing in the world, but at the same time, it's kind of funny how they can't just throw these tasks out there and say, oh, there's tasks, you can get PokeCoins, but you're going to have to pay $5 for it or equivalent in your area. So ticket bonuses are going to be the daily bonus field research task that awards 20 bonus PokeCoins, okay, so we know that, times 3 XP for your first catch of the day, times 3 XP for your first spin of the day, open up to 50 gifts, which is pretty cool, collect up to 150 gifts per day, Pokestops and gyms, so you can continuously send them, not hold them, but collect up to that many, hold up to 40 gifts at the in your inventory. So there you go. So 40 gifts in your bag, but you can get up to 150 a day if you're sending that many gifts. So that's pretty crazy. And then the time research for the PokeCoin bundle part 1. Trainers will be able to access the field research with the purchase of the daily PokeCoin bundle that we're going to be buying there. So complete the research to receive the following 200 bonus PokeCoins. 15,000 XP, and then 15,000 Stardust is going to be rewarded there. So at the end of the day, I suppose it's kind of worth it. And then in the web store, you are going to have various other bundles that you're going to be able to purchase. So you do have that going on. And then, of course, there is going to be the $15 one, which is going to be yielding you an extra 100 PokeCoins. Let's be honest, what is 100 PokeCoins? You know what that is? That's $1. All right, so we do have that coming in the future. More of Niantic's things that they have going on here. Purchase this and get this. It's like almost as if, why am I even spending my money on this, to be honest? All right, let's go ahead and move it on here. Let's go ahead and talk about Mike's tweet here. We've been over this before, but I just want to bring it up again here. That is going to be, would it be cool if we did have bottle caps in Pokemon Go? If you're not familiar with what bottle caps do, essentially it'll raise an IV by 1 point and it'll keep it there permanently. So say you have a shiny Pokemon, 15, 15, 14. You want to get that last little percent up, and you can use a bottle cap to increase the IV. So you now have a Shundo. This is going to kind of, it will be great. It would be great. And then there's the aspect of, well, then rating and trying hard for the best IV is not going to be worth it anymore. There is that too, but I don't know. I feel like if we did get bottle caps, it would have to be super rare. I don't know, rarer than Elite TMs, Elite Charge TMs. It's going to be something very we're talking like Master Ball level rare, okay? Let's just put it like that. How about that? Master Ball level rare. You're going to maybe see a couple of them introduced throughout the year. If we're lucky, maybe even one. And you're like, well, that's a little too low. Well, better than nothing. Okay? Because if they did introduce it a certain way that you can collect them or yada, 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 cheating is going to be involved. So it's just going to be the best way for them to go down the route of like the Master Ball, where you just get a couple every other year or something like that, right? So just thought I'd bring that up. Shout out to you, Mike. And then finally, let's go ahead and take a look at the leaks for the Gigantamax. We'll start this video right about now. So of course, from the Pokemon group, always credit to them for all this stuff here. They are going over what you're about to see in the video here. So particularly to note, the raid timer is at 91 days, so just kind of ignore that. This is him inside of the game, kind of digging around under the hood, and you're gonna see his name, the Pokemon group, on a lot of different things, like for his trainer name, and then other things on the raids too, I do believe. But just keep that in mind, all right? But they are gonna be spawning at Pokestops, and it's looking pretty cool. Here's the only problem that I do have, and a lot of concerns that you are all expressing as well, and that is gonna be, what is the point of these? What is the point of Gigantamax right now? All right? I know it's Dynamax. You know, they're bigger. You know, it's gonna be different when we get their forms that are changed when they become bigger, right? The different looking Venusaur that has like a big old canopy over it. It's the planet just hanging over itself, which looks great. I love that design. But for these ones where they're just getting bigger, it's quite literally raids. But they work a little bit differently. As you can see, a whole bunch of them here. 91 days, obviously that's not going to be what it is. They're just going to probably be not even a couple hours, probably just like raids. You approach it, and then when you do go in there, we've been over this before already, you're only going to be able to pick 3 Pokemon. So here you go, 150 for a single max particle, or at least for that bundle, and then for the 3 bundle, it's going to be 425. So all subject to change, keep that in mind. So when you go into this raid, as you can see here, it is going to be prompting you with some information and then waiting, and then you're only going to be able to pick 3 Pokemon here. So it's working a little bit different than the raid bosses. They are switching it up. And again, I'm just a little confused as to what these are going to do for us. Why not just do a Venusaur raid, right? I mean, because this really isn't making too much sense. Now, this could all be void and pointless, what I'm saying right here, because once they do release, we're going to see a lot of more information coming as to what we can do with them. Can we use them in raids? Can we use them in PvP? Can we use them to battle rockets? I mean, if we can use them to battle rockets or PvP, then yeah, it'd be great. But we'll have to see what they're actually going to be doing for us, other than a new mechanic that's kind of just siphoning more money. It's like pretty much taking the raid, cutting it in half, and doubling it. It's like, what did you just do? I know what you just did. You just made the raids another way to play the raids, but to get more money out of us. So again, I'm not running my mouth. I'm just saying, well, what is it going to do? Okay. We'll just have to see, but I just wanted to let you all know it looks pretty freaking amazing. I'm excited because it's just a new mechanic. When you've been around Pokemon Go for so long and they introduce something like this, even though it doesn't really seem like there's not too much change happening here, it's still pretty cool to see what it's going to be like to do it. Now, you also have to keep in mind in closing here that remember when the buddy system came out? It was kind of wonky and we didn't like a lot of the mechanics and some things were just kind of broken. But they did listen to us and they made many different changes. So they made changes when it released, and then they had a whole revamp event for it too. Okay, kind of like what they did with the routes, where It wasn't working. The Zygarde cells were hard to see. Sometimes they weren't even appearing. Well, they don't appear every time. Let's get that correct. But sometimes they just simply were not even appearing, no matter how many raids you did, right? But they went through and they did have a revamp, a re-event to kind of get people back in. Like, yeah, the routes. Yeah. Try it again. We updated it. It's better now. So we'll just have to see. We'll probably see something like that for these, or maybe they might release it at the gate and it'll just stay that way for good. But anyways, there you have it, folks. Just wanted to keep you updated on what's going on in Pokemon Go. If you did enjoy this video, you can give it a thumbs up. That'd be much appreciated. And I'll catch you all next time. Take care.